Hey everyone. Just letting you know before we get stuck into this episode, the missions in Dishonored 2 are a fair bit longer than they are in the first game, so when I was editing this, it was actually turning out to be like before I edited everything down, it was approaching like 4 hours of footage. So what I've had to do is I've split this episode into two parts, and there might be a couple other levels where I do the same thing. But yes, so this is going to be part one of the second mission. I'll still label it as just part two, and then the next one will still be part three. But yeah, just letting you know why the ending of this episode may seem a little bit more abrupt than usual. But yeah, I was not nearly expecting it to be as big as the recording was. So yeah, that's the explanation for that. And yeah, anyways, let's just get stuck into this one. See y'all in a sec. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Dishonored 2. So last time we learned the story of the impetus for this game, the call to adventure. So the Duke of Serkonos and Delilah Colwyn have created a conspiracy to overthrow Emily Colwyn and put Delilah on the throne. And so we escaped Dunwall Tower and we met up with a woman named Megan Foster, who apparently works with Anton Sokolov and has discovered what we assume is the ruminations of this plan and have come to warn us, albeit a little bit too late. Well, they came to warn Corvo. But anyway, so we left for Serkonos with this Megan Foster character, and now we are going to go ahead and continue right along with our second visitor, which is a strange visit. I wonder who this could be.
Am I still aboard Megan's ship? Feels odd.
And there it is. The Call of the Void.
What is this place? Where am I?
Void looks a bit different this time, doesn't it?
I can feel something moving closer. Watching.
Empress Emily Caldwin. I'm a friend of your father's from the bad old days. I never expected us to meet. I watched your mother die at the hands of schemers who wanted your little empire. Then you were rescued by a killer in a strange mask. I thought that was the end of the excitement. But Delilah and the Duke are flies in the ointment, aren't they? How many of your own subjects are you ready to slaughter? And what are you willing to become? 15 years ago, I asked Corvo that last question. This is the moment that changed him. Now it's your turn, Emily.
Accept the outsider's mark.
Burns. From the inside. I feel like I'm standing at the edge of something.
And that's the other cool thing, is you can actually refuse the
They're
powers. You can choose not to play with powers, which I think is a really cool option.
Incredible.
I love Emily's like teleport.
This is how I'm going to...
Duh. Okay. It's got momentum to it, which I find really cool. It's got like an arc to it. It's so cool.
Corvo mentioned being here once.
Know you.
And here's the
Do you
confirmation.
remember? It's been so long, and you've been through so much. Even as an echo of myself, it's good to know you're there.
Mother? You're here, but you're not here. In my hand, but somewhere else.
Only the last of my essence, with you for a while. If only I could reach across this great expanse and take you into my arms.
So there's the confirmation that it's been Jessamines' heart this whole
offer.
time.
My gift and my curse. Summon me to your hand, and I will guide you when I can.
Such a cool area of the game. I love the redesign of the Void. It's so good.
Who is Delilah, really? How could she? I don't understand.
There's the Crown Killer, the real one.
Delilah slit a man's throat for a pair of shoes and painted some of the most brilliant portraits of the age, all in the same year. Survival and ambition, art and magic, with a cunning that makes sycophants of those around her. All of it leading to what you saw at Dunwall Tower. Delilah's playing the long game, and now she's an empress. But I'll let you in on a secret. She's got her eyes set on a much greater prize.
I don't know why people say they didn't like the depiction of the outsider in this game. I think it's equally as good.
When I was 10 years old, bored with my lessons, I dreamed about sword fighting and sailing the ocean. Now I'm realizing that the world is more off-kilter than I imagined. Everything has been turned inside out, but I'm not gonna stop fighting until it makes sense again. Karnaca's the southernmost port in the Empire, once proud but fallen into disarray. Under the new Duke, the Grand Serkonan Guard has gotten increasingly oppressive. Beatings and firing squads. The bloodflies are said to be worse than ever. This is the birthplace of my father. Megan Foster keeps to herself, like she's hiding something. But she helped me escape Dunwall, and for now, I need a place to stay out of sight. Delilah and the Duke made me look like a murderer, using the Crown Killer to butcher my political adversaries. They took what was mine, and I'm gonna get it back, even if I have to burn this city to the ground.
It's so good. Wyman, by now you must have heard about the coup in Dunwall. Don't worry, I'm safe. Hiding far away with friends. I implore you, don't try anything reckless and don't go back to Crystal. Stay in Morley. There's nothing you can do against Delilah. I can't say I have a solid plan yet, but you know how well I improvise in desperate situations. Remember the time I kept a straight face during the watch officer's report, all the while sitting at my desk without pants? If I survived that, I'll get through this. For now, I need to stay hidden and act alone. Trust me, we'll see each other again. I promise. Emily. New year. We're starting a new year. Maybe 1852 will be less boring than 1851. I can't wait for Wyman to get back to Dunwall. We'll go to the abandoned mansion I discovered the other night at the edge of Redshore. Maybe I'll have time to turn it into a scary haunted house beforehand using sheets and hiding an old audiograph upstairs. Wyman would love that. We'll get spooked and hold hands, screaming and laughing. Come on, Emily. You promised to be more serious and to listen at court, and you're already planning your next escape. Let's start this diary again. Proposals for a new decree on whale oil rationing and distribution. The anniversary. That time of year again, the anniversary of my mother's death. There's no real time for reflection, though. It's all security protocols, menus, and guest lists, and it's impossible to slip out at night. I feel like a caged bird. They've already got me memorizing this year's speech. It's endless. Would it be so terrible if I just said what I remember about her? That wink she gave me, even as she was scolding me after I was caught climbing the statue of my grandfather. The sound of her footsteps as she paced at night. The time we shared a cabin on a boat trip to Driscoll. The time she agreed to let Corvo teach me to fish, but then had to pull a hook from my arm. Now that would be a speech. Dishonored. My father is lost, turned to stone by Delilah. Those words don't seem real. Witchcraft. Something I would have never believed possible, but now I have to believe in it, so I can believe that it can be undone. Delilah claims to be my aunt, the rightful heir. Truth or lies? All I know is that she used magic to take my throne, aided by that weasel Duke Bell. They must have been working on their plan for years, buying disloyalty with promises, even Ramsay, captain of the City Watch. Planting in everyone's mind the idea that my father and I could be responsible for those monstrous killings. That one or both of us were the crown killer. I'm not in a trusting mood, but Megan Foster says she knows Anton Sokolov, our old royal physician, and she helped me escape the coup. So she's all I have right now. We're sailing for Serkanos. My Dunwall, my home, is no longer safe for me. But I never really was safe. I never really will be. The sooner I get that through my skull, the better. The Void. This time it wasn't a dream. I read about the Void in The Outsider, imagined them. Now I've seen those wonders for myself. Strange doesn't begin to cover it. The Outsider has terrible eyes, black on black. He offered me something. I know these gifts come with a price, but how could I refuse? This power might give me the edge I need to defeat Delilah and Duke Bell. I'll worry about paying the cost later. What price will I pay for his other gift? My mother's beloved voice trapped in the strangest contraption. It is both comforting and chilling to be able to talk to her again, and yet it is not entirely the person I knew anymore. This thing, the heart, it's there and not there. I have to focus in a new way to even see it. We've arrived at the southernmost tip of the Empire. Strange fragrances all around, salt, fish, spice. I don't know how to blend in here. I don't know what to eat or where to go. But this is where my father was born, so part of me belongs here too. And these are my people, or they were until my throne was stolen by Delilah. I'm coming for you, Delilah, with my new powers. All I need now is a plan. Limited resources. It's not what you're used to, living in a palace, but this is all the coin I could scrape up. Anton and I operated on a tight budget, and guess what? Now you do too. If it's not beneath you, pick up whatever valuables you find along your way. We'll need ammo and resources to take down the people behind the coup. Hidden all over the city, there are underground black market shops. Look for a symbol depicting two hands, which means there's a shop nearby. Follow the signs, they'll guide you. Buying from the black market is against the law, but it could make the difference against the Duke's military. Sokolov is working on this crossbow as a gift for you. If you need it modified, those shops can help with that as well. Megan. Emily's crossbow looks so cool too.
Must be cursed. That again. This is some shit. Back to that. What will be
Anton, your idea of improving the head gasket's sealing with a guano coating is the worst idea you've ever had. I'll make you sleep in the engine room if you don't fix your mess by tomorrow. Megan, if all inventors were as delicate and short-tempered as you are, you and I would still be paddling around in carved-out logs. Megan, I've made some mulberry cake. It's my own recipe, improved by Tivian spices. I left it in the galley. Anton, where are you, you old fool? I hope nobody hurt you. I'll find you, I swear. I miss you.
I say, Your Imperial Majesty, I have something that you and Corvo must hear at the first opportunity. A concerns the murders happening across the Empire committed by this so-called Crown Killer. When I left Bristol years ago, I swore I'd never again take part in any further political matters. I've done my share of bad things, and some good, before and after the Rat Plague. But here in Karnaca, I've uncovered a terrible conspiracy against you. Here, at the bottom of the Empire, the cobblestones smell of death and corruption. I'm staying with an associate, Megan Foster, aboard her vessel, the Dreadful Whale. We'll leave for Dunwall in the morning, as soon as the tides are willing. I keep thinking of the way sweet Jessamine was stolen from you and your father, and I fear it might be your turn to face such turmoil. I know Corvo would protect you with his life, but please do not trust anyone.
There you are, old man. I was asked to pay you a visit.
Wait, what's wrong with you? Megan!
Off we go, Sokolov, to somewhere more private.
Why can't an old man enjoy his last years in a warmer climate with good minds and spicy foods without stumbling into another nest of aristocratic vipers eager to coil around the heart of this empire? As I've learned more each week for months now, I found my mind turning over the moments beneath the surface here in Karnaca. Duke Luca, a bell in some inner circle that even seems to include Captain Mortimer Ramsey of the Dunwall City Watch. A betrayal that boggles the mind. How many others are involved? They aim their venom at our dear Empress, young Emily, that much is certain. But when will they strike, and how? Do I dare spend another month gathering stray bits of esoteric information, linking it together with what we already know? Can we even afford another week, or should Megan and I set out for Gristleson Night, taking this leaky tub up through the canal? Corvo will not hesitate. He will act as soon as I hand over what I know, and if I'm too hasty, it might be his undoing. Coming home to his native Sarkonos without some critical piece of knowledge about this affair. Then there's the Crown Killer to worry about. If that fiend is part of Duke Abel's schemes, as I suspect, how long until the Dreadful Whale catches the Duke's eye? And these are blood flies. Nasty little bastards.
You're up. When you're ready to talk, I'll tell you what I know. We've been en route for 2 weeks. I hope Sokolov is all right, wherever he is.
All right. You've explained part of it. But what were you and Sokolov doing here?
The old man loved Karnaca, but he'd caught wind of a conspiracy tied to the Crown Killer. He wanted to warn Corvo.
There are reports about tensions rising, corruption, street violence. I didn't give it much mind. Usually the local authorities resolve that sort of thing.
The new Duke has let things slide. But Sokolov concluded he might be the head of the conspiracy. He came in looking shocked, and if you've heard his after-dinner stories, you know that's unusual. We were going to set out for Dunwall, but something happened.
The Crown Killer.
Yes, the hatch ripped open and Sokolov screamed. All I caught was a glimpse of someone carrying him across the deck. I followed as long as I could, toward Addermeyer Institute. It's run by the alchemist Hypatia. Maybe the Duke is using a patient of hers. The Crown Killer.
Addermeyer. All right. I'll get inside. The Crown Killer has to be eliminated, and if the alchemist will cooperate, maybe I can learn something about what happened to Sokolov. Wish me luck.
If you need my luck, Sokolov's as good as dead. When you get done at the Institute, disable the watchtower. Once it's down, I'll bring the boat around. We'll take the skiff to the shore when you're ready.
Mortimer Ramsey. The Duke couldn't have pulled off the coup without someone inside the City Watch. I don't know Duke Luca Abel, but Corvo served under Luca's father. and said Theodanus was a good man. Delilah. My aunt, if that's really true. She has a twisted way of looking at the world. This Dr. Hypatia, she seems to represent the good that's possible within the Empire. So the Crown Killer was a tool of the Duke's coup. The murders had a calculated effect. Sokolov seems so much older now. Why is this here? It's Delilah.
Alright. I say we go ahead and get going.
Ready for me to drop you at the docks?
Let's
go see the streets where my father grew up.
Off we go then.
It won't do to be recognized.
I'd take you to Adamire by boat, but security's too tight. The Grand Guard have a watchtower there. Go inland and use the carriage station. Before his death, the old Duke of Serkono spent decades building up Karnaca. After Duke Luca Abel took over, he started draining the wealth out of the city as fast as he could. Orgies and week-long feasts.
Having more fun here than we were in Dunwall, it seems.
Watch yourself on the way to Adamire. The Duke's given the Grand Guard run of the city. Strangers get attacked on sight.
I'll keep my head down.
This is a good spot. Reach Adamire, take out the Crown Killer, and find out where Sokolov was taken. The alchemist, Hypatia. She'll help if she can. Sokolov likes her.
I'll see you later at Adamire. Just wait to bring up the boat until after I've disabled the watchtower.
Welcome to Karnaca, stranger. No need to cover your face. There's not much dust from the mines down here at the docks. You'll be okay on the docks, stranger. But watch out past the wall of light.
Which ship is that out there? You know the skipper?
The Dreadful Whale. No, it's not on the register. Maybe one of the recent importers from Mordor.
Let's give it a day or two. If she's still there, I can ask a friend who's with the Grand Guard to take a squad on board and conduct a search. Give the group time to load up whatever contraband I no doubt waiting on.
That's Adamire in the distance.
They give us a piece of the confiscation?
Yeah, we pass it along to another ship at a discount. Then we all split the take.
Just don't forget about me.
Underground shops. Listen, I'm sorry we fought. I get what you're saying about tangling with the Howlers, but they don't run the black market here, really. They just take a cut from all the shops. Yeah, the Grand Guard will crack our heads or shake us down if we get caught, but they'll do that no matter what we do. We're new here, and we picked a bad time to move to Karnaca. We've got to do whatever we can to stay afloat, even if it means dealing with the black market. So I'm going to find the shop in each district across this rotting corpse of a city, and I'm going to get to know all the shopkeepers, butter them up. You're still my love, my apple, even when I yell at you, even when I curse and throw things. I'll let you make it up to me when I get home tonight, Paisley.
Outside is cooking cock. Let's see what you've got.
Hello there. You're not from here, am I right?
Are you coming?
Welcome to Karnaca, then.
You know that was supposed to go to us. What are we supposed to do now? We're out of money.
Look at him. He's in on it.
No, hey, no. Gutless merchants are all the same. Pants out, begging and whining.
Tell the truth for once, you lying coward. What did you make on this, Ramos?
Say one more word, Maya. I'm finished with this guy. Let's rush him.
Ramus, you worm.
Lying sack of shit. Turned on your own people.
That's it. You pushed me. This is your fault.
Oh, goddamn.
Here?
Something.
Huh? What? That's not right.
Damn, dude.
I'm Serkonan blood through and through. Been here all my life. So many people trying to get away from Karnaca now.
Halfway up,
Where are you gonna go?
we lost 11 workers.
There's money here.
They never even made it
Even
into
if
the
it's
mine.
dirt.
Those cables weren't made to carry so many people. You pack enough of them in, even kids, and it adds up. After that, the sickness spreads through the crew bunkhouses. That woman from Addermeyer, Alexandria Hypatia, she used to treat the workers, but she doesn't come around anymore. So what all this means is that we need more workers. There are always people coming to Serkonos looking for a better life. We'll get them into the mines, if I have to club them over the head myself.
Jesus.
Fellow Serkonan, in the Duke's absence, I have the following announcement.
Someone grabbing people off the street. What do they want? Hopefully they just...
Hard times under the Duke and his Grand Guard. A man has to be ready for anything.
And carried out by the former Royal Protector, Corvo Atana. The Grand Serkonan Guard will be stopping and questioning all foreigners and new workers on the streets of Karnaca.
Don't be greedy for... Oh, you're kind, thank you. If you want to get past that wall of light, I've heard people sneaking through this blood fly-infested apartment. Going through there will get you to the other side of that Grand Guard checkpoint. See you sometime.
I told you. Just remember to move slowly, and don't get too close to the nests.
We don't even know if the people inside had any money. We just know they're dead, and the place is infested with blood flies.
Carl, going through there puts us on the other side of the wall of light.
If you want out of the city as bad as I do, this is our chance.
No. More likely we all get stung to death. Then we end up hatching more blood flies for the next group of idiots who try to get inside.
Damn it, Carl.
All right. Well, don't turn on each other. We'll find another way to make the coin. And another way to get past the wall of light.
It's a very detailed experience, these games. There's a whole lot of elements to it. Clearing bloodfly nests. Lento, you're either brave or desperate to accept this job. We used to smoke flash bloodflies of full crews, but the infestations are bad now, and the Duke canceled the funding, so we get rid of the nests by hand. Here's what you need to know to stay alive. If you need to slip past a bloodfly swarm or nest, keep your distance and move slowly, or they'll attack. When the bloodflies are calm, you're fine. If they take flight and start glowing, it's trouble. If you get swarmed, or you gotta run away or fight, smash the bloodflies or burn them. Same for their nests. A bloodfly swarm will keep coming back until you destroy the nests for that swarm. That's really all you need to know. You'll do fine. Oh yeah, another thing. If you find any blood ember in a nest, just keep it as a bonus, but make sure the Grand Guard doesn't see it, or they'll ask for some urban sanitation tax or whatever. Good luck. Pleasant fellers.
Hey, come here. I have something that might interest you. My name's Mindy Blanchard, and you look like someone who goes into places where you don't belong. Want to help me with something? You scratch my ass, I'll scratch yours.
I need to get to Addermeyer Institute. Can you help me with that?
Yeah, I know how to do that. You go get a body for me, and I'll help you with your problem. Don't worry, he's already dead.
A body? That's odd. From where?
The overseers are holding him at their outpost. They think he was a kind of a witch. I want the body for reasons of my own. Sneak in and take it, then meet me in the old basement below the dentist office near there.
I'll think about it.
Alright, let's go to the black market shop.
At the Grand Guard, a new customer with coin, I bet. Let's see. I have some upgrade plans for your gear.
So there's a whole litany of shit you can do. Alright, first off, we're gonna grab that rune that he's selling.
I'll take that deal. Ah, you want blueprints for better weaponry.
Okay. Let's grab crossbow. So we're gonna do the same thing we did last time. So hold on.
Shouldn't deal with strangers.
So that's what our crossbow looks like. If I can get that tutorial thing out of the way. This is what our crossbow looks like right now. We're gonna buy some upgrades for it.
This is what I have for upgrading your equipment.
So, we grab the reload upgrade. And now it's got that little ring on it that'll make it spin like Corvo's old crossbow did. And then, also, what we'll do
Nothing that
is we'll have a
tickles
look
your
at our
fancy.
pistol. So that's what our pistol looks like right now. And we'll grab this upgrade.
Come back
So
soon.
now our pistol looks like that.
If I'm still
It's
here.
got like a little scope on it. It's real cool. Then we'll grab this upgrade.
Come back next time you need something.
Now it's got like a secondary little bolt on it, which I believe helps with reloading somehow. And we'll grab an ammunition upgrade.
Watch your ass out there.
And you can see now there's like a sliding cartridge thing off the side there to the left. So hers works like a sort of like a harmonica pistol. It's really cool.
Oh no, please! Take whatever you want!
Shit. That was a bug and a half. That's not supposed to happen. At least not yet. I was planning on robbing the place. So yeah, you can rob the black market shops in this game, which I think is pretty cool.
Move slowly, stay away from the nests, and try to avoid getting filled with bloodfly venom and eggs.
Super satisfying. Oh, it's so satisfying. These sections I love, not for the fact that I like bloodflies, but it's just so fucking satisfying to destroy the nests. Like, look at this. Oh, it's so good. It scratches a very particular itch in my head. Super satisfying. Hails yeah. Now we got our incendiary bolts, which is going to make this task a whole lot easier. God, that's so satisfying to break those things open. Oh, I love it. So good. So fucking good. Yeah, the unfortunate part about that glitch with the black market shop is now I can't get any more upgrades this level, which is mildly unfortunate, but we can make it work. Most hated neighbors, you forced me out of our home and you barricaded Luciano inside, treating him as like a diseased animal. Yes, he was stung by blood flies, but he's as healthy as a shark, and when he recovers, he'll make you regret this. I sent the children to my mother's home, but I'm staying here. Say whatever you want, I'm not leaving him. Barricade me inside as well. As well, if you're so scared. You can all go to the void, Bettina. It did not work out well for her. It really fucking didn't. We're about to see what somebody well and properly infested with blood flies looks like.
Yes, hit me. Better me than them.
A nest keeper. They're the weepers for the blood flies. Or the weeper equivalents, but they're a little bit creepier in my opinion. So if you can see, he's like... He's been like infested all over by these things. They have the ability to make you so intoxicated that they drive you to insanity and your sole purpose becomes protecting the bloodfly swarm. Day 1, my plans are underway sooner than expected. Yesterday evening I stumbled upon the corpse of a hound in the street. The bloodflies had only found it a day or so earlier. I estimate, and I was able to extract intact bloodfly larvae from it, and keeping them warm under a nice side of mutton. Day 2, success. 2 of my samples hatched overnight, which was sooner than I could have anticipated. They're both active and get quite agitated when I draw near. Day 7. I didn't think it was possible, but they have almost quadrupled in size from when I found them. Day 10, still no nest, which puts a fairly large dent in my hopes for blood amber extraction. And we can see how those experiments ended up. I.e., not fucking well. Because mans is dead. And clearly the bloodflies did not stay fucking contained. And they nest in corpses, which is nasty. Fortunately, they work the same way rats do, which is, if there's not a horde of them, they kind of duck out in regards to fighting, so... But yes, these are the rat equivalents in this game. I honestly find the bloodflies far more scary. Maybe it's just because I'm more afraid of bugs than I am of rats, but... yeah. Alright, let's go rob this place. So yeah, I usually will, what I'll do is I'll start off a mission, gather all the stuff I can from the rest of the area, and then go buy what I can for upgrades, because once you rob the place, you can't get upgrades for the remainder of the time in that level. But I've never seen that bug where the shutter stays open after you're done buying things. That was a first time bug for me. I can understand why it happens. It's actually pretty simple. Like, because you see when you're buying things, the shutter animation opens. That's not a separate cutscene. It's just they change the camera angle and make the model move. So there's also supposed to be a line of code that dictates and tells it when to reclose once you're done shopping, but it didn't do it that time. And because it was open, I was able to grab things. But since I was grabbing things, the game treated it as if I was robbing the store, so they triggered that line of code as well. Pretty simple when you think about it. Yeah.
I'm being hunted by half the people in the Empire. Part of me is excited about what happens if they find me.
My favorite thing about her power, so when you're standing up, you can maintain momentum, but if you're crouching, your momentum pretty much always stops wherever you're targeting.
Move along. We're conducting a search for heretical artifacts.
What?
So here we've got Emily's powers. So there's Doppelganger, Shadow Walk, which is my favorite abilities of hers, Mesmerize, which is really cool, Domino, which is also awesome, and her Far Reach. And there's so many more upgrades to the powers in this game. It's super impressive. So what we're gonna get is, how many runes do I have? 5? Okay. So yeah, I can get Shadow Walk. And I'm going to get Bone Charm Crafting, because Bone Charm Crafting is really cool.
Listen, I only
This area is restricted on the authority of the Abbey. No one is allowed inside.
So the Overseers are back in full force. And we're going to go play a bit of Disruption, shall we?
Dig deep, brother. Remember that the profane speak not.
Good Brother Harold, last week when we talked what a state I was in, it was good of you to take me aside and lend your advice. I have taken it to heart and I know you are correct. Yes, I will need to be purified through ritual. Ah, what a road I have ahead of me. I know it well, for you may not know, but I endured the ritual once before, but 3 years ago. That was the young and strong who came with an inch to death. If I may impose upon you once again, would you be so kind as to not mention our conversation to anyone? I will arrange for the ritual, of course, very soon, though I confess ever since our talk I feel much better. No comparison to that agitated state in which you found me. Peace and clarity have returned to me. Truly, I do feel better. In all things, Brother Chester.
Root out the signs of corruption. Seek the scribblings and scratchings of heresy. Karnaca's sickness runs deep, brother. Look in every corner.
So yeah, sleep darts work a little different in this game. Spirited. Yeah.
I've seen cities go bad before. Smelled the rot. So have you. 15 years ago in Dunwall. Did you miss it? That year that made you who you are? Don't deny it. Rats in the cradle, black smoke rising from burning bodies, an entire city crying out. Now it's happening again. Welcome back. Welcome home. People like you and the Crown Killer are a part of places like this.
Come on, give me the climb clip.
Miserable rat. I told you what would happen if you reported me. I warned you. Please, you gave me no choice. Please? It's too late for that, Rapallo. Guess what happens next? No! This is how we get rid of snitches. Remember, if anyone asks, he just ran through it. Yeah, we couldn't stop him. Hey, is the windmill turning all right up there? No problems?
Don't worry, it's turning. Plenty of electricity.
Good. I like this setup better than using the weapon.
So they've unlocked the powers of turbine and wind power. It's pretty cool. Technology is progressing here in the Empire. Paolo, here's the money for the week, but I think we should renegotiate a price. With all the raids and curfew decrees, the Crown Killer and whatnot, folks aren't buying in as much drink. I thought your part of the bargain was at least keeping the Grand Garden Curse overseers occupied. We ain't happy, that's all I'm saying. Priscilla B. On behalf of the Wine Purveyors Association.
She crept back to that place, and there in the cellar...
Now here's the cool thing about this power.
She found cloths of purple and red, suspended figures who hunt and shamble just sometimes of our city, whose faces we do not recognize, and whose hands here in the city. Instead, they're made of What? If that was what's going on here.
That's not exactly what I wanted to happen, but okay.
The devices are unusually rare. The techniques if applied by
What was that?
What was that? Resolute overseers border on heresy.
I suppose you're correct. It grieves me to imagine what cultists might accomplish if they took the music boxes and perverted them to their own ends.
Did you hear that?
So you can craft your own bone charms now. It's real cool.
Don't make me search the whole place. I don't have time for that.
Emily's powers are so cool. They work a fair bit differently to Corvo's, but they're still real cool. I would argue that Emily's powers are definitely built better for stealth.
Stay alert, just stay alert.
If there comes a heathen stinking from the void, then they will meet death tonight.
Is it today?
If an assailant
One
is
of my
near,
dear
then I
brothers
must be
will
prepared.
in my
It
mask.
won't be long. I will focus on the strictures.
He could be close.
Whatever has brought me quiet and ready will pass.
I probably need to approach this slightly differently.
Looking for a fight? Shame on you! What was that?
Really?
Surrender and die!
Oh, he's dead. He's definitely dead now.
Where are you hiding, coward?
Damn it. Alright, well. Oh, well, now he's dead. Fuck! I just wanted to...
I'll... No way!
Oh, no, he's dead too. Ay, Dios mío. It's all going to shit. Okay.
Wait, where is it? People have to listen, they never do.
This is such a cool power.
No! I know this. Watch your face, miss. I will kill you for that.
Oh.
Keep dropping.
Oh, still, once again, the two games have a very different feel from one another. So, you gotta get familiar with it.
Vice Overseer Liam Byrne.
Esteemed High Overseer Kulan, I hope you are in good health and not too nostalgic for Way Gone, which I am told is striking this time of year. Forgive my stream of letters, but our problems in Serkonos are significant. Any insights you can offer would be welcome. Duke Abel is a travesty, openly disdainful for the Abbey, and I must maintain relations with him, and yet I must maintain relations with him for the welfare of this nation. He would call a unifier, something the Abbey greatly needed after the horrors of the rat plague, so your guidance would be of value. Under the Duke, the streets here are overrun with cutthroats. Paolo and his gang grow bolder every day. Lastly, my recent correspondence with our oracular sisters has been troubling. Their responses have revived after marked delay, and their recent proclamations possess an unusual cadence. Yours in faith, Vice Overseer Liam Byrne. Now I'm gonna grab Dark Vision. Gonna assign you to there, and you I use sparingly, so. So the cool thing about Shadow Walk is you can go into it and you're actually stealthier.
One way thing it's the Abbey, and every man and people got to listen, they never do. It drives me mad.
And you can, I think it makes you move faster too. I said clerics there for a second, not clerics, and I was about to say, like, damn, they are taking their religious position seriously. I love Shadow Walk. Hi, friend. Hello. There's like a shadow mark on his chest. It's so awesome. I like how the Spring Razor leaves behind what's left in this game. It's cool. Brother Bernardus, where did you find these drawings? Accused. I made them. As I said, I'm an artist, mostly newspaper advertisements. These don't look like advertisements, they look like heretic nonsense intended to make your neighbors sick or bring back a loved one. Nothing will dissuade you of these notions, I'm sure, so instead of wasting my breath, I'll give you some advice. Take a bath once in a while, Overseer, and invest in some scented soap, unless that's against one of the strictures. Conclusion. Apparently the accused suffered from a weakened heart, dying from the interrogation without providing anything further. His apartment on the canal should be searched for items or drawings of a profane nature. In all fairness, he had them.
That's Mindy Blanchard. That's it. The body Mindy sent me after.
Alright. Let's go.
The carriage rails are electrified.
Hurry up. Hey, you got it. Put it down in the...
Nice.
Good job. Take this.
I won't ask you why you needed that. So how do I get to Addermire?
I just sent one of my boys to turn off the power to the carriage rails. When the juice is off, you can walk along the rails and get where you need to go. On the other side, there's a station that will take you to Addermire.
Better than nothing. Thanks for your help.
Alright. Anything else in here worth taking? Don't think so. Okay, now, I remember that there is a way... There's something I'm supposed to do to go get that rune. Okay. So, unless I am mistaken, I think what I'm supposed to do is shoot that plank of wood with the crossbow bolt. Yeah! I always struggled to get that rune until I figured out that's what I was supposed to do. Oh, seriously?
I told Miss Lucia Pastor that they wouldn't let us take the carriage. Adamire is closed.
Now the power's down.
We'll have to try again. We have to see Dr. Hypatia.
Adamire Station. This should take me out to the Institute. More Grand Guard soldiers. Lapdogs for the Duke.
Dr. Hypatia's apartment. Alexandria, I've always believed the idea of Bloodfly Nest Keepers to be a legend or a drunken minor talk, even though members of the Grand Guard have reported putting down belligerent occupants when burning out Bloodfly infestations. As such, this silvergraph represents a rare sighting. We can only conclude that the final stages of Bloodfly fever occasionally result in an extraordinary kind of brain damage, wherein the host fixates on protecting the nests. The Bloodflies, in turn, welcome the afflicted person, and thus a symbiotic relationship results. Bloodfly research never ceases to amaze. If we could procure a sample from the brain of one of these nest keepers, I'd love to observe the effects on rats or wolfhounds in my laboratory. Yeah.
If I could, I'd nest bloodflies in the hearts of everyone who opposes me.
And there you go. So, high chaos in this game is a mite bit more interesting because it actually changes the tone of the dialogue of whoever you're playing as. And honestly, Emily is chill compared to Corvo.
I spend less and less time here at my apartment, but my work at Adamire demands it. After the horrible failures of my first serum, I'm more determined than ever to help the miners. It's not my say how hard the Duke and his cronies drive the workers, but until he sees reason, I'll do what I can to make their lives better and to provide comfort to their families. It's my obsession, this work, and the impact it will have on the least privileged people in Karnaca. Studying the original plague elixirs, I'm close to something.
When I find Hypatia, I'll see what she knows about the Crown Killer.
Yeah. I always appreciate, sorry, doing something in the background, but I'm going to provide some commentary while I'm taking care of it. I always appreciate how much character they've given to non-protagonists in these games. Obviously, they did it for the first one because, you know, Corvo was a silent protagonist, but even despite that, Corvo was given a lot of character. But obviously, the focus of the narrative was not Corvo. It was, you know, the conspiracy to take down the Empress, and then the resulting betrayal of the Loyalist conspiracy as well. And it was kind of focused, like the B plot was how Emily was reacting to everything, and all that fun and excitement. And I always want to praise these games for what was initially a very simple concept, telling a surprisingly deep story about loss and how you cope with that, and, you know, what you, like, how well you can resist becoming something, you know, becoming worse than the villains you're trying to take down when granted power. Like, when you think about the level of power that Corvo and Emily have, like, Corvo has the ability to effectively control time. Like, that is not a small power. You saw from what it looks like from an outsider's perspective. He's just standing there, and then suddenly what should be a fight that is easily won by a group of like 5 dudes against one guy, suddenly it's like, oh, now all my friends no longer have their heads, and I'm fighting this dude who is already an amazing swordsman on my own, and now I know he's got something else going on. Like, these powers make people into demigods in this game, and it is not surprising that you would start viewing other people as disposable. It's an interesting commentary and an interesting style of writing and take on the story of someone granted power. Because no matter what you do, you're never really morally wrong. Like, sure, you can hurt people, and that's not a good thing, but you've been pushed to the brink by the story of this game. It is the least surprising thing in existence that you'd start making harsh choices. Moth King. So cool. Such a cool story. I love it. Dear Cyril, I'm working so late these days, I may as well sleep at Addermeyer. I know it's not good for my health, and a doctor should know better. You are totally right. But I have the feeling I'm about to suffer something important, something that will improve my Addermeyer solution. Would you be so kind as to water my plants for a few days? You'll do a better job than me anyway. I always forget them. Help yourself to an elixir in my reserve if you like. I hope Carolyn gets better soon. Your neighbor and friend, Alexandria. She's a very good person. A very large rarity for this world. Good, genuine people. Alright, let's get schmoving on to Addermeyer, shall we? I think we shall.
Huh?
Emily's dark side is coming out in all this pain.
Something feels wrong.
It's kind of sad to see it because this is that same, you know, little girl in a white dress that we rescued from the Pendletons back in the first game. It's like, you know, obviously I'm the one controlling her decisions, but I think even canonically, Emily would have killed in this situation.
I'm sure it's not. Someone just let a dog bark or something. Whoa. It's blood-out stew tonight. Starving. What's going on? Isn't it laundry day yet? Can't stand my own stench.
Oh god, I cut him in half. Fucking Jesus. Didn't even realize that. I just carved him in two.
Been to that saloon of Palos? Shooting dice or chasing the ladybirds?
Crone's hand? Are you kidding? It's all Howlers.
So don't wear your uniform. They keep good whiskeys there. Old stockholds unwalked.
Ah, man. Let me know next time you go.
Those spring razors have a fucking force behind them. Jesus Christ. I like how slightly different dark vision looks in this game.
Let's see. What was
The
it?
Duke is cracking down on the rabble.
Where's the window I broke? Oh, it's over there. Shit. Come on. Just clip. There we go. Alright. Stealthy, stealthy. Alright. Let's get schmoving on to Addermeyer. Let's go! So yeah, our chaos level is still a bit high, but we're moving ourselves back towards the stealth side of things. And we moved ourselves a little bit away from the lethality, so we're doing better. Alright.